Likely this wildcard distillation is no great surprise in terms of what it is I'm doing. But I thought a lot about it this summer while I was distilling all the flowers. Now that the flowers have died off, we're into October, I really wanted to try distilling this. So I picked the leaves this morning around 5 a.m. It was still pretty dark out. But I just wanted to see if there was something we could do with the ginkgo leaf. So let's see what we can do. Ginkgo biloba is a very, very interesting plant, or tree rather. The leaves look like fans. They're really beautiful just on their own. And when I went out looking for or foraging for ginkgo, I looked for the female tree, which has the ginkgo nuts, which if you go into international markets, you can find them. And it's something you can add to soup, which it's very good. I like it a lot. And when it falls from the tree, it's surrounded by a fruit that smells really bad. So it's the female tree that has the stinky fruit. But the leaves are a friend for memory. So, the very famous quote of rosemary, that's for remembrance, thanks to Shakespeare. Well, so is ginkgo. Ginkgo is circulatory, so it's really, really helpful for oxygenation to the brain. You actually just start feeling good when you use it after a while. Now, I only ever used it in tablet form, or not tablet, but capsule form, so dried leaves. I really wanted to see this year if I could distill it and maybe use the hydrosol. I don't know if there will be an essential oil coming out of this. I'm not really sure. It feels like it's too dry for it, but I never know what's going to come out of the still. So I'm just going to let it run, and I'll just capture everything without separating the essential oil from the hydrosol, because I don't expect that to be the case. But anyway, so what I'm doing is I'm just breaking down the leaves, because it's all about breaking down the plant to access the cell walls. The other thing I did is it really loves to capture dust. So when I was harvesting them at 5 a.m. this morning, I could feel the dust and my hands were just covered. So I just did a really, really good wash, actually with several washes, to get them clean. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a double column distillation. So that means I'm going to put ginkgo in both of these columns. Let's see if I can get it here. Yeah. And I'll show after, but yeah, so I'm just going to cut these pieces up, get them nice and small, pack the still, pack both of the columns, and I already have distilled water in the still, and then we'll get this going and see what we come up with in a couple hours. All right, stay tuned for Ginkgo Biloba. Ooh, one down and one to go, if my hands can hold out. These take a little bit of effort. I actually sharpened my scissors just before I started this dismantling process, and yeah, okay, my hands are sore. All right, on to number 2. Okay, just packing the second still. And I could have broken down the ginkgo leaves a little bit better, but this was all the breaking down my hands were willing to do. That was exhausting work. So if this turns out to be a really cool distillation, which I'm going for Ginkgo Biloba hydrosol, which sounds crazy as I say it. For me, it sounds crazy just because I've been in the supplement and health and wellness industry for pretty much my adult life, and yeah, never even heard of this before, but leave it to me. Ooh, okay, I'll have to break that down a little bit. This is too big. But anyway, we've got just about two. I've got a few more leaves that I'm going to add to this because we don't want, we're going through all this work, so we need to make sure that we fill that second still a little bit. And yeah, but yeah, that was kind of grueling on the fingers. So if you ever try this, keep that in mind. Okay, we have everything set up and just turned on the heat, and we'll see what happens. All right. Okay, we're 20 minutes in, and we are looking at the first run of Ginkgo Biloba hydrosol. This is crazy. So it smells really fragrant in here, but not like you think. It actually smells like I'm distilling green peas, like fresh peas, or maybe fresh cut grass in the springtime when it's really, really green smelling, if that's a thing. Anyway, this is the first that I know of. Ginkgo Biloba hydrosol. Woo-wee! An hour and a half in, and we are already at 22 ounces. Now, what was it we were distilling? I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, Ginkgo Biloba. This is really pretty incredible, I have to say. I really didn't expect a lot of hydrosol to come out. And I don't know why, because I do try to keep a preconceived notion out of the whole thing, just to keep it out of the way and just distill and see what happens. But I really didn't see this coming. This is really interesting. And I think a world first. I don't think anybody else is doing this. Okay, I just cut the distillation. I cut it off at 3 hours because I think this could have kept going for a while. Anyway, I felt like I got kind of the best of the distillation. Very generous yield, very surprising. And I'm still trying to assess the scent because it doesn't smell like green peas anymore. It smells something a little bit different, like it's a very sophisticated kind of grown-up scent. It's very interesting. It's almost got that galbanum smell to it. So definitely a green note, but I really like it. So again, thank you for watching. And this was Ginkgo Biloba Wildcard Distillation. And hope you liked it.